beautiful traders. Welcome to another segment of my uh, trader talk. Okay, you guys know Bitcoin has been one of my favorite thing to trade. I don't really trade a lot lately because a lot of what the dollar index is doing. Okay, when the market is in a range, it's very difficult for you to analyze it. So I like something that will give me a stress-free, you know, life. I'm not here to complicate charts. I'm only here to take advantage of what I know. You understand? So let's get into it. So Bitcoin. I was quite bearish on Bitcoin, but it looks like okay, guys. Let me even adjust this. Looking at this right now, I'm here to make money. I don't care whether this market will collapse or it will go higher. I don't care. I only want to trade in the direction of whatever it is telling me. Okay. So looking at this Bitcoin charts, let's do some quick top-down analysis. Looking at this Bitcoin charts, two things are going to happen. So now we are trading around 68K. Yeah, approximately 68K. Okay. So two things are going to happen. Either we blow off from 68K to 100K, or we bleed from 68K to maybe 20K. Okay, so looking at this, I'm here to just catch those pips. Okay, that is my major concern. I don't really care whether this will collapse or this will go higher. I'm just here to make money. Okay, so now two things are going to happen. So how do we analyze this situation in a bearish move and in a bullish move? How do we analyze it? It's simple. So let's start off with our levels, our key levels. Okay. And I like it when the market is in between two key levels like this. Let me just clone this. Let's keep cloning for more. So this will be here. So the market is in between this zone and this zone. It's in the middle. I like it when the market is giving me such such thoughts. Okay. So looking at this level is going to hold if we are bullish. And this level is going to hold if we are bearish. Simple. Simple. So when I go to the lower time frame, I'm only adjusting this level like this. Okay. If I should adjust it to this level, that means we shouldn't go higher. If we meet here and we respect it with a bearish engulfing candlestick, that means it's a double top from here. We can start looking for sales like this. This was a double top. Okay, if I should see a candlestick like this, that means I have all here to make money. That's how I like to analyze the charts. And if we are bullish, this would be some form of a double bottom for me to start looking for buys. Okay, so this demand should hold for me, like how you see this was a breakout retest continuation. Okay, so if this market did a retest on this level, that's a demand. And guys, support and resistance are really or are extremely powerful when you are trying to analyze it on a higher time frame, especially the monthly. Very powerful. So you guys should really take note of this analysis I'm trying to print out here, okay? The two things are going to happen. Either we blow off of here to here, or we bleed from here to here. It's simple. I don't really care where the market is going. And Fabeho, I know they really care like that. You get me? So now looking at this monthly, time frame. Okay, let's try and connect some trend lines from point A to point B. And guys, if you want to learn how to, I think I took my beginner to pro series off YouTube. I'll release it to you guys, especially those in Ghana. Okay, my friends in Ghana, I'll give it to you for free. But those outside Ghana, you would have to purchase for 50 euro. Okay, so I'll give you the link to the course if you are ready. And those in Ghana will have access to it from another, maybe Telegram or something. I think I'll have to create that, okay, from next week. So let's proceed with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, let's try and connect some trend lines from point A to point B. And if you want to learn how to do all these top-down analysis, you will find it on the course. Okay, everything you need to know. Okay, you'll find it. Did I say on the course? In my course, okay. So we have point A, point B. This is looking like point C. So let's try and extend our or connect our trend lines, okay? And what did we learn about point C? If we should start seeing what bullish candles on point C, that means the market is ready to what move higher on that particular trend line, okay? And this is a trend line. This is a major trend line from January 2023 to current date, okay? This trend line is really, you can't overlook this trend line. I like this trend line. I really like this trend. And guys, this is looking like an impulse leg to the up. This is an impulse leg, and this is looking like a retracement. If I should be looking for buys, okay? So we have swing low to swing high, like so, good stuff. And what are we seeing? Let me take some of my levels off so you guys don't get confused. Let me even take the trend line off. So we have an impulse leg to the upside. Okay, this is looking like a retracement. And the retracement has landed in between the 0.5 and the 0.6. Okay, this is looking like a double bottom to me. This is looking like a double bottom to me. Okay, swing low, swing high. This is the retracement, and it has landed inside the 0.6 Fibonacci retracement. So if this should hold, that means Fibonacci is holding for these buys. Okay, but there are levels in between. You would be careful. Remember, two things are going to happen. So don't say, oh, I'm going to buy and make money from here to here. No, if the market breaks it, it should come here. I'll show you guys everything when I go to the lower time. So we have a double bottom inside our Fibonacci like this. Okay, double bottom. Okay, cool stuff. And we have trend lines, another reason. So, and guys, the confluence is what matters. We have something we call, I learned it from Dr. Willis. We have something we call Willis zone. A Willis zone is simply a zone where everything is coming, like, let's say, let me show you what I mean using diagrams, okay? So we have something like this, let's say a high and a higher low, okay? And a higher high and maybe a higher low, something like this, okay? Um, let's analyze this chart, okay? Let's plot our support and resistance. This is a support. This is a resistance, okay? Let's clone for more. This is a support, and this is a resistance. All right, cool. Maybe this should be even come somewhere like this. Good. So now we have our key levels. Let's connect some trend lines. We have point A, point B. This is looking like point C, right? And now let's pick out some Fibonacci. We have swing low to swing high. And this is our what? Our 0.5, 0.6. Okay. Let's say you are analyzing this chart and you find the market in a zone like this where trend line is meeting, Fibonacci is meeting, resistance now support meeting this blue zone. It was a resistance here. Now it's acting as a support from here. Okay. So at a zone like this, all you simply have to do is to wait for what we call a bullish engulfing candlestick like this. Okay. Like this. This is what we term as the Willis has a name for it. Willis zone. Okay. Where there is so much confluence. Okay. That is a sure banker. That is 99.9 sure trade. And it's very rare in the market. You don't really find them. Okay. When you find one, the way the market will move, it will even break your 100% retracement. It will break it. You can even target here as your first take profit. Okay. So you guys, if you want to know more about this Willis zone, you text my WhatsApp. I think I'm going to leave my WhatsApp below the description. Okay. So this is what we term as Willis zone, where we have trend lines meeting, Fibonacci meeting, support meeting. Okay. You simply wait for the bounce, then you trade it. This is looking like one. We have trend lines, we have Fibonacci, we have double bottom. And you understand? All these things are meeting at one place. And we have resistance now, support. This was a resistance, this level, 60K was a resistance. It resisted all these sellers. Okay. When this market was buying, this market acted as what we call this was a breakout retest. Okay. It came to test the support before moving higher. Okay. So this is what we call resistance now support. Okay. So looking at this zone like this, it has a lot of confluence for me to start looking for buys, even though it can't do anything. Okay. So now let's pay attention to the weekly time frame. So now we have our buyers. We can blow out from here. I think this is even looking bullish or hmm. And guys, I hit break even. Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys where. Remember my previous trader talk video. I told you I was waiting for a pullback after this breakout from the neckline of this inverse head and shoulder pattern. Okay, this was the break, and this was the pullback, and this was a candlestick pattern. This was where I entered the market like this. My stop loss was here. My first take profit was here. You see the reason why I tell you guys take something. Okay, when we came to smash our first take, this was even the first take profit. This green line. Don't be greedy. Oh. This was my first take profit. Okay, let me even use the replay. Start new. Good. Good. So the market was here, right? This was how my trade was looking, and my second take profit was here at this support. Okay, when we hit our first take profit, I simply moved my stop loss to break even like this. Okay. So this was how I first smashed my first take profit. And before I know, the market came right into my break even. So this was a risk-free trade. So I lost everything. Okay. Now think about this. If I didn't take something here, what would have happened? So it's all about the strategy, okay? And don't die. Even if this market wants to blow higher, don't die. It will still give you what we call trading opportunity. And I'm going to show you guys shortly. Okay. So now let me take everything off and proceed from the how you call it, weekly time frame. Okay. So now I think my replay is still active. Good. Good. So now hmm, looking at the weekly time frame, let's still connect our trend lines from point A to point B. It looks like this point C is really holding. If we should close, let me zoom out. Guys, you have to pay attention to what I'm saying. If we should close with a bullish engulfing stick candle, if we should close with a bullish engulfing candlestick like this, okay? So we have 4 more days for this bad boy to close, okay? We have all here to make money to at least this resistance, like so. Because why? I'll show you guys. To at least this, so this will be your maybe first take profit. But I'm going to show you guys how or the reason for you to start looking for that kind of buy. Okay. So we had this when we were moving higher. Okay. We had this um double tops. This double tops held at the 0.26 held. Okay. When we broke the neckline of this double top, we bled all the way to at least this support. And now, guys, this Fibonacci is also at play. I think I started a premature trade for the buys because what I was thinking was actually right. If you guys, all those who have been following me for the longest, you know I hit a stop loss before this break even. Okay, this Fibonacci is at play. Point swing high, swing low. This is the pullback inside the 0.6. Okay, we came all the way to the extension, and now we are looking like a double bottom from. Let me zoom out so you guys see what I'm talking about. This is a double bottom. This is a double bottom. Okay, and now we are seeing this double bottom around the 0.26. Remember this extension bled all the way to at least this support. So this extension too can hold from here all the way to at least this resistance. So you guys are seeing how I'm using the Fibonacci to predict it. It's simple. It's simple. Just get a course. You won't stress. So looking at this weekly time frame, you can see we are still holding on this trend lines. I'm seeing bullish candle one. This is looking like big bullish engulfing candlestick pattern two. Another reason for me to start looking for buys now. Okay. So now let's go on to the daily. Let me take this off. The daily time frame. Okay. So this is where we can trade. So we're still connecting some trend lines from A to point B. We're breaking this trend line. This market. point A, point B. This was even the breakout reaches, and we've tested the outer trend line. Okay, another reason for me to start looking for that buys. And guys, look at this. Let me even bring this here. Look at this inverse head and shoulder pattern. Looks like we've even broken neckline. Oh, this is your neckline for this pattern. We've broken it. Okay, oh, I'm going to show you guys how to trade this. Don't be too quick to buy. Oh. This market will give you trading. See, this is the new flow now. Okay, we have a low, we have a higher. Okay, now let's take the types of trends into consideration. Okay, from here, let me zoom out. So we had a low, we had a lower high, we had a lower lows from previous lows, we have a lower highs from previous highs. Okay, we have lower lows from previous lows, and we had lower highs from previous highs. This market should have come to complete at least equal lows or a lower low. But this was where the market had issue coming lower. Little did I know. So this is technically a higher low from here, okay? And this low is still holding. If I should bring this here, this low is still holding. And this has created what we call a higher high. So change in trend, simple. This was a downtrend. This is looking like an uptrend, okay? So it's simple. This neckline is trying to what? It's trying to the market is trying to take out the neckline. Okay, you simply wait for what we call a pullback, and the pullback should look like this. Guys, don't be too quick to start looking for buys. So the pullback should look like the previous pull or the previous consolidation. Okay, but I like this type of pullbacks or retracements. And I'll show you guys when this market is ready to fulfill that. Okay, now maybe you be careful with this trend line now. Before you know, the market wants to just test this trend line and collapse. So that's why I said don't be too quick to start looking for buys. So be checking reasons why your trade should be playing out and reasons why it's invalidated. Okay. But I think this thing is going to buy. But you simply wait for the no pullback, no entry, no pullback, and always take your profit at the 100% retracement. So this is how the trade is going to look like. Go, come like this. And when you are about to take off, close with a bullish engulfing candlestick. And my stop loss, this is my stop loss, this is my first take profit. Easy. Okay, don't die. This will be my first take profit, depending on whatever the market wants to do. Okay. You simply wait for the retracement before and the bounce before you start looking. And usually the retracement lands in a 55th. Okay, so maybe you connect it from here or even here, whatever thing the market wants to do, you will still find trading opportunities. Okay, so I think that is that for Bitcoin at the moment. If it wants to collapse, let me take everything off. If whatever we are thinking for the buys is invalidated, that means this zone is holding. Oops, I like the blue. Blue represents profit, right? Good. So maybe if this market fails to break this supply level, I mean, this supply level should hold for the sellers. Simple. So your first take profit is here. Take something, 50%, 20%, you take it. And your second take profit is here. If the market does not fulfill that, That means we have all here to make money. So don't die. Okay. So that is that for Bitcoin. If you ask me, Bitcoin is a batty man, oh, but we will still trade it. We will still trade it because we like from here to yeah, it's about so 120K minus 70K. Hey, we have 120K minus 70K. Ooh, another easy. Now we have another 5,000 pip pip move anticipation. Okay. Remember, I anticipated this collapse, but that didn't happen. The market should respect this. Let me take this off. If the market should respect this resistance, that means we have all here to make money. If we blow out to, we have all here to make. So it's simple. Okay. Now let's talk about other pairs. SPX. XPS. I'm just waiting for a retracement, okay, on this trend line. I'm just waiting for a pullback that looks like this, or even this. Okay, now the bounce is where I'm interested. And I want this retracement to land on this trend line, okay, or maybe a 50 fib. A 50 fib from here, depending on whatever the market wants to do. Okay. So I'm not really in a hurry. Let me see what the monthly is. Hey, it's still pushing hard. See, this thing just they go. That's why we like to trade this thing. It's just going. Every day is going, 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 going. Hmm. XPX. Well, now let's talk about forex markets. Forex market, because of what the dollar index is doing. Hmm. The dollar index. Hmm. Still in a range, but I feel like we are going to bounce off of this trend line from here to here. So, and guys, note one thing, when the dollar index is trending, the entire forex market is trending. So if dollar index is trending, you have Euro USD trending, GBP USD trending, you have all the JPYs trending. But if they are all stuck in a range, every other instrument will give you headache, especially the dollar index. If it's stuck in a range like this, see, this is the monthly time frame. Let's count the candles that was in. Do you know how many stop losses? Even me, I was a victim. Do you know how many stop losses or account that has been blown from this? And this is where the market is trending, okay? This is a trending market. Where there is space, okay, you make a lot of money in the forex market. But when it's in a range like this, or even like this, you're going to have a headache. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So even over a year, this market has been in a range of over a year. This market has it's neither going up or it's coming up. It's just stacking. So that's how come even euro is in this nasty range. Okay. So with what I'm seeing with the dollar, I'm not really paying attention. I think euro will come beneath my watch list. Let's talk about ZAG. ZAG or gold. Let's start with gold. I like gold instead. Hmm. Gold is giving me some vibe. If this, we have 12 more days for this candlestick to close. They should close like this, bullish engulfing candlestick like this. That means I have all here to make money. Okay, what candlestick pattern is this? Is it the evening star or the morning star? It's one of them. Evening star, morning star, one of them. So this would look like maybe a 50-50 from here. Easy. I have all here to make money. Okay, so when I go to the lower time frame, I'll be looking for potential pullbacks. Okay, pullbacks I am familiar with. Okay, so right now for gold, I would leave it for the monthly candlestick to close. It closes like this, bullish engulfing candlestick pattern like this, or that candlestick pattern. Maybe evening star. I always get confused with this candlestick pattern. Evening star or morning star, one of them. Okay, so if it should close like this, that means we have all here to make money. Then US 30. US 30 is also bullish, but I'm not too interested at the moment. Okay, so so let's note or let's keep an eye with this trade. These are what I'm looking on my watch list. Okay, even Ethereum double bottom. Okay, you have oil. Imagine using small stop loss to catch a move like this. Oh, okay. I like crypto. They are easy to interpret. Easy, easy, easy peasy. Okay, so that is that for and Zag and gold is similar. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. Yeah. So Zag, Zag too, I'll leave it for the candlestick to close first. Okay. It closes bullish engulfing candlestick. That means I have over here to make money. Simple as that. So see you guys in my next um segment of Trader Talk. Okay. See you guys in a bit. Bye.